Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome. And are you a mom or a dad, and you just found out that your son or daughter is gay or lesbian, and maybe you are still struggling with it? Or maybe you are a LGBTQ youth and you have come out to your parents and your parents don't understand you. Well, if that's you, today's show is for you. Hi, everybody. My name is Jamie Smith. I'm a certified LGBT life coach and a certified law of attraction facilitator. And the purpose of this show is to really, inspire you and uplift you and really give you tools to go out and create delicious, rich, full, and delicious lives. So welcome to my Spotlight series. This is episode 2 of my Spotlight series. However, if you go to hangoutwithjamie.com, very soon there's my live show that's going to be starting every Wednesday at 1 p.m. And that's a live show where you can interact live with us. And I have an amazing lineup of guests coming up, really amazing people who are doing great work in the LGBT community and the world. So I'm super excited about that. But I'm also very, very excited about today's interview. Because today's Spotlight series is with my amazing mother. But before I bring her on, I just want to give a shout out to those of you who are watching this from inside my G Plus community. So I have an amazing Google Plus community called Happy, Healthy, and Gay. It's Live Your Best LGBTQ Life. It's a law of attraction community. And that's a place that's completely private, and people from all over the world are joining. So a shout out to all of you who are in there. And I put daily law of attraction and inspiration tips really geared to help you create your best gay life. All right, so today's show is my interview is with my amazing mother, because she knows a thing or two about coming to terms with a gay child. She has 2 gay sons. So let's just bring her right on. Hi, Mom. Welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, Jamie. My name is Julie Smith, and I'm the mother of my wonderful son, Jamie, and I'm excited to be here on this show with you to share.
Thank you. I'm just really, I mean, I know we're putting ourselves out there, but I just feel like this needs to be talked about, and I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, so why don't we just dive right into the talking about me when I was 18. You asked me if I was gay, which I was really great, because I was about to move out, and you asked me if I was gay, and I have to say, because I didn't think in my head, I didn't think that you would understand. We have all these fears, and it's a really scary thing to come out. It's getting a little bit easier, but it's still scary, and it takes courage. But I'm really grateful that you asked me, why did you do that?
Well, I started to have my suspicions, and the fact that you wanted to move out, obviously to have your own life, made me a little bit suspicious, because I mean, your college was a few minutes walk away. Thought, why would you move further away? Although I did understand at 18 you want to have your own life, but I just felt there was a bit more than that. You had girlfriends, but I noticed that there were, I could see there was some men in your life that there was a different kind of relationship. And I started to think, and I think, to have truth is important. So I thought, I have to ask you, why do you need to move out? Well, what are you not telling me? And there you go. You did. You came out, and I know there was a lot of relief. I could see it from you when you realized we still loved you. You're still our Jamie.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm so grateful that you did that. Well, like you said, there was a huge sense of relief. I mean, they say in the recovery movement, we're only as sick as our secrets, right? And so now
That's
this,
right.
yeah, this secret is now out in the open. And I teach, for those of you who don't know, I teach law of attraction seminars, and everything about the law of attraction is all about vibe and vibrations. And you know, that feeling of relief, it means that you're going in the right direction, like that feeling of
Mhm.
like, ah, so you told me, and it was, you know, we had an emotional moment, we were crying, and then we had a little family meeting, and you know, were you, there was probably relief, but wasn't there always as well a little bit of sadness too, or were you kind of like, I knew that he was gay, and were you okay with it, or was it still kind of sad for you?
Um, well, there was relief, of course, and but then, as time went on, I realized that there was some mourning to do also. You know, it wouldn't make any difference to how much we loved you, but this son that we thought we had dreams of, maybe getting married, having children one day, that in those days, we're talking 25 years ago, 23 years ago, you know, that was different. It makes you realize how far we've come now, that you can get married, you can have children, adopt children, and that's lovely. So we've gone kind of full circle, but in those then, when you came out, that was not in our world, that was not in our realm of thought, and so we had to get used to your new life, your new friends.
Mhm.
But then, as time went on, we just embraced it, and it was beautiful.
It was,
And
sorry, yeah.
on you go.
Sorry, no, I just want to say it is beautiful because you and dad both embraced it. I remember dad with
Mm.
his, you know, my dad passed away, but my dad was amazing. He was actually sometimes we hear about the man having a hard time with it, but my dad was said with his thick Scottish accent, "You're my son, and I love you, and that's
That's right.
it."
That's right. And then we went through, because it was sort of hush hush. Thought, oh, what will I think? Friends think, and then I thought, you know what? If they don't love Jamie like before just because of this, then they're not my friends. And when I did tell them, they said, yeah, we knew. So, so I thought, I'm very, very blessed to have the friends we have. And
Yeah, apparently it's kind of obvious that I'm gay, but anyways, yeah. No, and it's true. It's true. It's like people knew even before I knew. But yeah, and I was going to ask you
yeah,
because I was you answered my question because apparently, so I heard Louise Hay saying that the number one reason why parents abandon their children for being gay, the number one reason is they're actually worried about what the neighbors will think.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so you did go through a period of, okay, I wonder what they'll think, but then you switched that and you said, you know what, who cares?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, the more I read about it, and the more I realized that there were other young gay people in our community. And in fact, one of our ministers came out around that time, and it really helped me to
Mm,
realize that, and how they dealt with it, and it helped me. And the focus was you, because we loved you and we believed in you. We knew how lovely, talented, what a good person, and that's all it is. Just, they're good people. And you opened us up to a wonderful world of your friends who were very talented, artistic, wonderful people, and
yeah.
we wouldn't have known that otherwise.
That's true, yeah, because those parents who've disowned their children are missing out, right? And I can't even imagine. And studies also show, you know, there's a link between, you know, parents who disown their children and then how that affects their self-esteem, you know, if they don't have a strong sense of self. And I
Mm.
actually just read a survey. It says 40% of LGBT homeless youth leave home due to family rejection.
Hmm. I
So.
can't imagine that, but I think it must come from the parent, as you say, how their insecurities, you know. I mean, and it's also you worry about your kids. Why would you do that? Throw them out in the street to be ridiculed, to have name calling. This is a time where they need more and more love. you
Thank you
know,
for saying that, Mel.
not to be rejected.
That's beautiful. Okay, so you came to terms with it, and then yes, and then about 2 weeks later, what you didn't know was that my brother came to me and said, "I think I'm gay too," and I said, "No, you're not." And I know that even I was shocked. Even I was shocked. I did not know. And he said, "No, I've known since I was 5." I said, "Oh my God, you are gay," because I had never told him that I knew since I was a young boy. So we kept it inside for I think 2 years, and then finally it
I
came out.
know.
We found some stuff, and so then I finally told you, Mom. I said, "I think Darren is gay too." Okay, walk me to that moment.
Wow. Well, I was stunned. I was stunned. I mean, Darren was the stud, and you know, he had all these girls, and he was very sporty. Now you see, I'm stereotyping. I
Hmm.
thought, you don't know what people are thinking, what people are feeling, and so it was a shock. And I know there's some jokes that, you know, I would say, "Oh my goodness, what did I do? Oh my goodness, is it in the water? Oh my goodness," you know, all of all of those things would come up. But it was the same thing. If that's who he is, you know, we love him unconditionally. We love him, but what for a great person he is also. So, but I think for him it was amazing that he had you to support. But it must have been, and I thought it would have been easier for him.
Yeah.
Um, you know, knowing that we accepted you. But I think he said, "No, Mum, we were worried that that it would be double. It would be double the what is the word I'm looking for? It would just be to accept, you
Hmm.
know, someone else, to go through it again, you know, the mourning, you know." So,
Yeah. And then
but
how did you come to terms with that? Did you read any books? Did you?
oh yes, well I find that this book, I mean, there are probably many books out there now, but this is the one that helped me.
Okay.
I read it. I think it's by P. Flag, published by the P. Flag group, Parents of Lesbian and Gays,
Hmm.
and it's Straight Parents, Gay Children by
Great.
Robert Bernstein.
Yeah, because it's a process you
So
go
that
through.
helped, and it was a process, it was a journey, and in the end, I just you know, I looked for the blessings, and there've been many, many blessings, really have.
Yay.
And I've always said that my children are my greatest teachers. It helped me to become much more open-minded. It opened a new world to me, and I have to thank you. Life
Oh.
is fun with you guys.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And I have to thank you so much. I mean, that really, knowing that you have the unconditional love from your parents is really why I'm here today doing this. And so thank you so much for that. And, as you came to terms with it, my friends, or got a little cheeky and I called, we were laughing. For those of you who don't know, because you didn't see this, we were laughing right before we started broadcasting because a friend of mine, Peter, used to make t-shirts and he made you a t-shirt that said, "Oh my God, my son's a homosexual with this prim and proper mother." And I said to him, "Do you still have that T-shirt? I didn't think you still had it, but you
Of
do.
course I have
Can you
it. Would
show
you
it?
like to see it?
Show it to people." Okay, wait. Hold on. Oh. I love it. Okay, now,
Isn't it great?
so my next question is, Mother, have you ever worn it?
Ah, no, but I've been waiting for an opportunity.
Okay, great. You can wear it on the next show. I'm challenging you to wear it.
Okay, no problem. I hope
Okay.
it still fits.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so because my very first live broadcast show is going to be called Moms of LGBT. We have some other moms, and we're going to keep continuing on with this conversation because I think it needs to be talked about. We're coming up to the end of this show today, but like I said, we're going to be talking a little bit more about how to really support you on this journey, and so I hope that you feel some relief around this. So if you're a parent and you've been struggling with this, you'll be able to see that, really that what feels good is to love and accept your child. We're not here to prove any of this to you, but it's really, we're just here to support you to open your heart and do what's right. And if you are, a young gay person that's just come out and your family has not, is not supporting you, first of all, I just want to say I'm so sorry for that. I can't imagine how that feels. But what I do want to suggest to you is that there are people out there who can support you. Even when I moved across the country, I moved from Montreal to Vancouver 3 years ago. I didn't know that many people here. I had to, find a new tribe. I had to find a new family of support, and I went out and I decided. So in the law of attraction, when you want to go out, and this is why I'm doing this show, is to help people to really become more deliberate, to really figure out what it is they want and then make that happen. And what I wanted, and that's step one in the art of deliberate attraction, what I wanted was to create a soulful community of like-minded friends. So I created that intention, and then I went out, and I have this incredible community around me. So I know it's possible for you as well. There's many, many resource centers in Vancouver. We have many drop-in centers, the Gay Community Center, lots of support for you. You can Google it. If any of you out there who are watching and you know some great centers for LGBT youth or coming out and you want to share the links, go ahead and share them inside the community or on YouTube, and so we can create lots of support for everybody out there. So, Mom, any last words to maybe somebody who's struggling or a parent out there who's struggling before we wrap up?
Oh, well, I just, just think about how you feel about your child, how you've always loved that child, and just keep loving them. Just keep loving, because loving heals, and that's really all I can say. It's still your baby, So.
Yeah, great advice,
Mom. And they're still the same person inside. Yeah.
That's it. Absolutely.
I think so, yeah. And I must say, Jamie, how proud I am of you and this work that you're doing. Really, really very proud. In fact, and you know that you've inspired me to become a life coach also. And if I can help anyone, I'd be happy to do that also.
Awesome. I was just going to say that for those of you who don't know, my mom is a life coach. She just said it. And so how can people reach you? I know you do some free phone consultation. So how can people reach you if they want to contact you for some support?
Well, if they'd like to contact me on my email, and it's balancedvisioncoaching@gmail.com. I would be happy to send them information on how they can how we can start a Skype or phone conversation.
That's wonderful. And if anybody wants to be supported by me, I also do one-on-one coaching. You can go to hangoutwithjamie.com and press the contact link and send me a message too. We're here to support you. We here at the Hangout with Jamie show love you very, very, very much. Mom, thank you so much for being here today. And so really, go out and, we're here to support you to go out and live your best LGBTQ life. All right, so we'll see you very soon. Much love. Thanks, Mom. Let's say bye. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, everyone.